I really can't find the words, man. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of staring off into the distance. Like, was this really the best we had to offer? Did we really show the best of ourselves? You know what's worse? Belgium isn't even good. Belgium is next round. Belgium are going to get absolutely demolished by Spain, and we just got absolutely taken to the dog park versus them. That's not even the worst part. That's the second worst part. The worst part is that we blatantly corrupted the tournament to get Flo Balogun back. And it did absolutely nothing. We did absolutely nothing with it. We basically cheated and then still lost 4-1. There's just so much to say, man. But I still can't find the words. There's so much to say, but I can't find the words because for as promising as this tournament started out as, and for as promising as football in this country looked like it was about to be, for us to get absolutely dog walked like this, that's a blow on so many levels. It is like a multi-dimensional gut punch. Because not only this is our best team ever, probably, but now you're talking about, like the kids who are watching this. Man, our soccer team sucks. That's all they're gonna think. That's all they're gonna think, man. And I hate that. I hate that. I really do. Oh man, it felt like we are gaining some steam. We looked the best we've ever been, and then just get dog walked by a washed Belgium team. This is not the Belgium of 2018, of 2022. This is 2026 Belgium. Past it, De Bruyne. No Eden Hazard anymore. A washed Lukaku. And still we got took to the cleaners. I don't know, man. Maybe, for me, the first thing I can think, and maybe it's cliche, but this is the difference between, a country that really breathes football and one that doesn't. And until we can get to that point where we can breathe football, maybe we'll never beat the likes of Belgium. Look, valiant effort to the guys out there because it wasn't all, everyone's fault. I thought Pulisic did not show up tonight. I mean, I'd rather he didn't show up. I'd rather he was on the bench today. But he needed to have the game of his life, and he didn't. Tim Ream. Well, the fact is that someone like Tim Ream at his age can still be starting in the USMNT's back line in a World Cup. Then there's a lot to do. There's a lot of progress to make before the USMNT is considered a top team. And I've got cake on my face too because I told you guys, man, the USMNT, they're going to make the quarterfinals. That was my quote. I was so confident. I thought this US team had the juice to make the quarterfinals. Unfortunately for us, that juice expired. So all the dislikes, all the hate comments, go put them down there. All of the I told you so, you're wildin'. I'll take them. I'll take them straight on the chin. However, I still think there's potential on this USMNT side, but it is still very sad that, Tim Ream, who, at fault for 2 goals today, probably. And, it's funny because I thought Tim Ream was going to struggle versus Lukaku. This brother couldn't even handle CDK. An incredibly poor performance, unfortunately, for Tim Ream. And then that third goal we concede. I miss Tim Howard, bro. I miss Tim Howard so bad. I miss Tim Howard so bad, man. Now we have the likes of Matt Freese in our net. And look, Matt Freese has a lot of potential. Still young, can still mature into a better keeper. But man, could you imagine if we had Tim Howard in net today? Maybe it's a different game. Maybe it is, man. Maybe he gets out on a cross and helps Tim Ream. Who knows? But look, shout out Belgium because, like I said, we blatantly shifted the rules in our favor to get Balogun back. And Balogun, by the way, exactly, silent performance today. So I'm just kind of ranting at this point, and I'm feeling really all over the place with this. But for someone who's, especially since 2022, where we lost versus the Netherlands, but we showed a lot of promise in that tournament, especially getting a draw versus England. There was so much promise and investment going into how this World Cup would come 4 years down the road, being in our home country. Hopefully players get better. Players got better moves. Pulisic went from, rotting on the bench at Chelsea to getting a starting position at AC Milan, McKennie to Juve. Guys made big moves, and we got big recruits as well. Balogun, of course. And for it to end like this, it's just so underwhelming is not even the word. It is. literally don't know what to say right now. I'm just looking in the distance, like, what are we doing? Like, what have we been doing? Was everything that we were doing obsolete? Maybe you can point to a lot of the managerial changes, right? The last with Berhalter all the way to the Copa America. Bringing in Pochettino was a good move to me, and obviously he had us moving very well in the short time we had him. But maybe if we had the correct manager 4 years ago, this team grows the right way. But I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know because I felt like everything was right for us. Everything was working for us and cooking for us to get to a quarterfinal for the first time in so long. I think back to that Malik Tillman goal because that first goal, that first goal that we conceded was just so poor. It felt like from the jump, honestly, in this game, we were outclassed. And again, this is 2026 Belgium, not 2018 Belgium, 2026. It is not Hazard at left wing. It is Leandro Trossard, with all due respect to him. And after being so outclassed for that first goal, for Malik Tillman to score this free kick, although he gets a nice deflection on it, for him to score that free kick, I'm thinking, man, this USMNT side has changed. We have improved so much. We can go and win this game. But man, to just concede basically a minute or two later, maybe we're just not as good as we thought. Maybe we're just not as good as we thought. And this was a harsh reminder, a wake up call. And wow. And then that third goal, just terrible by Freeze. You can't do that. I don't know why a goalkeeper is passing backwards. To me, that makes no sense. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out like what the thought process was there. I understand Reem was behind him, but as a keeper, I feel like your instinct to pass should always be forward. You are almost never in a situation where you're passing backward. I digressed. Terrible goal to concede. I don't even want to talk about it. It's frustrating me so much. Terrible goal to concede. And then that last goal. That last goal is just, it's like, bro, just stick the knife deeper. Belgium deserved win. And you know what? If Belgium were feeling a little bit more, vexed today or feeling a little extra motivated today, that is also the US's fault because Balogun shouldn't have been playing this game. Yeah, it's one thing to say Balogun shouldn't have gotten that red in the first place. Cool. But for the government to interfere, that's not integrity. That is not the beautiful game. And I don't want that to be happening at the World Cup or in any level of football, really. So yeah, I understand if Belgium, if they were feeling a little extra oomph, well, the U.S. gave it to them. The U.S. poked the bear. But I'm just so upset because this Belgium team is still not good. This Belgium team is not good. I don't think you guys are getting it. This Belgium team actually is so mediocre. And when they go up against Spain next round and get absolutely demolished for 90 minutes, you will see just how far behind the US is to the rest of the world. And it pains me to say that because I thought we were really closing the gap. I thought we were going to be like a Morocco, like a Senegal or an Ivory Coast. But I think we're behind them too. Hey, man, I'll take this one on the chin. Big win for Belgium. Big L for Ollie Footy Hair, who believed in this USMNT. Unfortunately, like the song says, country roads take us home. The US is going home after losing to Belgium 1-4. Looking at the future, I've said it before and I've said it again. Belgium will get pumped by Spain. If anything else happens, I owe someone in chat $5 because I mean, what are we doing, man? There's no way I don't see it with this Belgium team. I don't. On top of that, the US, you look at the future for the US. Where do you improve? I mean, surely we talk about developing center backs or looking for a center back to come in and take the mantle from Tim Ream. It's probably Tim Ream done with the USMNT anyway. And I mean, from there, you got to look at a new manager because I think Pochettino is probably out. And this is where things get crucial because you need a manager who I think, like, you need the perfect appointment right now. You need someone who can build 4 years with and can get you to the 2030 World Cup in tip-top shape. And then on top of that, you're talking about the stars the U.S. have. Pulisic, I think, is 27, 28 now, so he'll be in his early 30s by the next World Cup. You have got to be able to either get the best out of Pulisic for this cycle because it will be his, last at an elite level. And also, I think start looking for a replacement, the likes of Luna maybe or whoever you'd want to put in there. But there's just so much to do. There's so much to do, and the work starts today. We go again. We go again. We go again. GG's to Belgium. Thoroughly deserved win for them. As for us, there's a lot to criticize. And maybe if I was in a better state of mind, I could get into all of it, as far as our approach to this game. And maybe we stop pressing at one point, or maybe we don't press at all and we play for the counter, as far as the approach to the game. But honestly, I think Belgium outclassed us in every sense of the word. And I don't think whatever approach we had would have worked. It is what it is, man. You can hear the sadness in my voice. Hopefully I'm not being too much of a Debbie Downer, but we take the L and we keep it pushing, man. Look, the U.S. can be proud for having shown some sense of inspiration and some sense of beautiful football during this World Cup. I think they've inspired a lot of kids anyway. They've inspired the next generation of football some way, somehow during this tournament in the U.S. However, if we really want to be the top, there's just so much more to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys follow, like, and subscribe. It has been your boy, Ollie Footy. We're on the road to 3K, by the way. Make sure you guys sub. Tell a friend and tell a friend. You know what I mean? So thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Ollie Footy. Until next time, we out.